We're talking about, you can tell what the topic of this video is because Baxter's not here.
He's not here.
He said, Sean, I refuse to talk about these pedals.
We talked a little bit about recording and stuff, and he said, my tummy hurty, and he left. And I was like, okay. So now, we're here to talk about the best-selling pedals from Reverb. Not only the best-selling, but the newest best-selling releases.
We got both. We got both lists. I think we talked about both lists. But I think we start with the best-selling pedals released in 2024.
I like these the most because at a certain point, it doesn't get, like, where you know what it's going to be. You just know that, like, these things
There's
stay
some
there.
legacy things that people just buy over and over and over,
Yeah,
and over.
exactly.
Like a TU3 is always on the list. And it's like, okay, well, of course. Why anyone still buys that tuner? And I know you're going to be like, because they last forever, blah, blah. But, you know, whatever. That's fine.
I hate looking at that
PolyTune.
Bar. That bar go across.
PolyTune.
How does that not drive you insane? Where it's just like ding, ding, ding.
I've never really enjoyed them, and they're tried and true, and if you love them, that's fine.
The moment you strum on a PolyTune, you realize I'm a man.
Wow, this
Anyways.
is better. This is better. And mine, I have like 3 of them, and they've all lasted for years and years and years.
I've had the same PolyTune for 8 years, Jonathan. It's a version 1. It has 0 issues.
For every little board I've got a little. I've got one full-size PolyTune from the very beginning, and then I've got 2 of the mini ones that I don't know what version they are, but yeah, they all work.
Yeah.
So anyways, shout out to our sponsor, TC Electronics.
GC Electronics. Thank you.
And that's the only TC Electronics pedal.
Same.
No.
That's
Whatever.
all you need, though.
That's all you need. So let's jump in to the released in 2024.
Should we hit him with number 1, like
Yeah,
right
we
in the
gotta
mouth?
go right to number
Suck
1.
it to him.
The IK Multimedia Tone X1. So the little mini, tiny PolyTune mini-sized
Now,
amp capture device.
what I love is Johnny is a huge perpetuator of this pedal. We're not sponsored by them. We don't even care.
Yeah, we don't care. You can't buy them through us.
But you use the full-size Tone X.
Yeah.
And we talked about this one because you're like, man, that'd be really cool on a small fly rig to just have a one amp sound that you know you can count on, and it's this big.
Here's the thing, right? And I don't want to go on too long of a rant about it, but it was already a good idea to have, like, in case your amp died. Because, you know, I don't use mine all the time. I use it if I got to fly and I got to go direct, and I use it as a backup, right? Mine's always in my little case with my brown box, and if my amp dies, bam, Tone X. But this one now, so they came up with an update, like for their year anniversary or whatever, where you can now put delay, reverb, modulation effects. So you could have this little thing.
How much did they charge you for that?
It was free, Sean. It was free.
Whoa.
So I'm just saying, in theory, you have this little thing at the end of your pedal board. It's like your reverb pedal or something, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe like your washy reverb. And then things go to, go bad. Bam, there's your amp modeling too.
And you're like, boink, cut it
And
off.
it's a mini pedal, and it's great.
That's
or, I mean, if you were putting a direct
fantastic.
board together and you wanted to do the thing like I do, like if you don't want 97 amps that you have to switch between, you just want like a good amp sound, and then you use your pedal boards. Or your pedals,
You know what'd be really cool? Is if you just bought a bunch of those and you put them on a board and you're like, no, I've got every amp sound I need.
All Tone X ones.
Yeah. You're like, here's my Dumble sound.
Now I've
my
not
twin.
used the mini one, so
Yeah.
I don't know how hard it is to like scroll between amps. You probably have to use an app or something.
It's okay.
Whatever. It doesn't matter.
It's dope.
It doesn't matter. That was number 1. And number 2, and I know you're happy about this, because Sean is always preaching about this thing.
Boom, dude.
The Hologram Electronics Chroma
console, dude. Talk about a dope pedal. I have seen more about this pedal, more interesting content about this pedal than probably any other pedal this year. So much so that whenever we were talking about it, before even looking at this list, they're like, well, what would even be on there? And I'm like, the Chroma console. And they're like,
Does it literally do everything?
It does.
It just does all the
literally everything. And
Okay.
I mean, not everything in the way where it's like, oh, it has a tube screamer in it. Like, no, it's like nobody cares about that, dude.
But you can get dirty. You can get like
dirty.
reverb and delays.
Fuzzy. It's got
Fuzzy.
weird cassette
Tascam things.
distortion, lo-fi thing. It's like the coolest. It's the coolest lo-fi, the coolest vibe, the coolest like.
That's the thing now, right? With
Yes.
that guy McGee and all those
Oh, yeah.
people. If you hadn't listened to McGee, it's
Well,
cool.
if you took something like this and slapped it onto a keyboard, awesome. You take something like this and you plug your guitar straight into it and you set it up on a desk and you run it into an amp and you sit there and you just kind of tweak with it, your creativity is immediately stimulated, which is great in a pedal like this. It doesn't come off like an amp modeler, No offense to anybody out there.
No offense.
But this is just doper. It
It
looks
just seems
great.
cool, and it seems like you can just do it all on the face of the pedal.
Yes.
Which I dig that. Kind of old school.
And
kind of fun.
I'm really glad Hologram is getting, they're getting some really well-deserved press on this one, because they've done really great stuff before that some people know about, and they're out there, and it's like, oh, that's cool, but not to the extent that this pedal is.
So this is their first big.
Yeah, this is their massive,
like
whoa.
Yeah, number 3 and 4, a company we love, Earthquaker Devices. Number 3 is the Dirt Transmitter Fuzz Driver Legacy reissue. It's a mouthful.
Jamie Stillman is a wizard of tone.
Sure.
And I love that he's reissuing these things and doing it sensibly and cool. He always does it sensibly and cool. In my opinion, Jamie Stillman is the coolest pedal builder out there.
Oh.
And no offense to anybody. I love you, Mike. Josh Heath Scott, you're okay. All right.
You're fine.
You're
Your
fine.
slide tones suck. No, I'm just kidding.
Robert
That's all I
Keeley,
think. That's funny.
you're a guy. But Jamie Stillman is.
I feel like he is sensible.
Oh, yeah.
The sensible man's pedal builder.
He is.
Keeley. Anything Keeley. If you need it. If you need
Oh,
a staple.
no.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I mean,
yeah.
your guy was whatever. He's not sensible. He makes weird
You
things.
got that right.
Like the Bloom's low signal shredder.
It's for the bass.
I don't know.
Now,
about
that one I'm
whatever.
kind of like, I don't know if we needed it. But clearly he was like, yeah, somebody needs it, so I'll trust him. I'll go anywhere with you, Jamie. Don't forget it.
Anywhere with you. That was a wonderful single.
My only hope
Jake
is
Owen.
that he calls and he's like, hey, man, that was real cool. And I'll be like,
You
hey,
keep
man.
my name out of your mouth.
That's
when you're
the
doing
other
those
side of it.
videos.
He's like, I really appreciate it, but I hate you.
Please don't ever speak on us again.
Oh.
By the way, you're no longer a dealer.
Yes, sir.
That would be really funny. Number 5 is the Keeley Muse Drive Andy Timmons Overdrive. Had a lot of Andy Timmons things. The Halo's been good.
I thought Andy Timmons was a JHS man. What happened?
Nope. Jump ship.
Wow.
I don't know. It switched. I feel like he spreads himself around. It's fine. He's talented enough for that. I'm just going to run down the
we can
next
start with
10.
the last.
And if there's any you feel like we need to pause, then we will.
I'll just do thumbs up, thumbs down.
Number 6, the MXR RR104 Randy Rhodes Distortion Plus. Man,
Gimmick.
gonna have some bad comments with Sean's actions on that one.
Who
You
cares?
remember who thumbs downed it.
I love Randy Rhodes.
Uh-huh.
Bad news.
The Line 6...
Go.
Number 7, the Line 6 Pod Express. We've messed around with that. It's cool. I see why it's on the
okay.
list.
Yeah,
'Cause it's
I get it.
super useful.
And affordable.
Number 8, the JHS Hard Drive.
I'm kind of here with it. It's cool. It's like, we made a new distortion pedal that's all like grindy and it can do all kinds of schools. That's dope. I dig it.
It's a hard
neat.
drive. Get it?
A hard
It
drive.
drives hard. And we live in a computer age. It's very clever. Number 9, the MXR M309 Joshua Ambient Echo.
Dope.
It looks cool, man. I've not played one person. Have you played one person?
Yes. Yeah.
I feel like you did have one.
I went
never
somewhere
got
and
to
I
try
played it. Yeah. I was like, that's neat.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
cool.
Super dope. Really cool.
Number 10, Stman Big Sky MX.
Next.
So those were the top 10.
Yeah.
You know,
The other ones they're neat. There's,
they're neat. I'm just looking to see if there's anything. Man, the Boss VE22 vocal performer is on there.
That's cool. That's kind of weird, ain't it?
Vincent Amps Germanium preamp down there at number 27.
You talking about the secret to Sean's great
the
tone?
secret to Sean's tone.
You got to let it warm up for 15 minutes, though.
A lot of Keeley, a
Not
lot
a
of MXR. Just, it's cool. Let's just go to the overall best-selling pedals of 2024. Number 1, I would not have thought this was it.
It's a compressor.
It's the Keeley Compressor Plus.
Honestly, I think Keeley should just sit back and say, whenever you say the word compressor, this is the only thing that comes to mind.
Turn on
Whenever
your
it comes to
Keeley,
pedals.
kind of like Hoover.
Yeah. There's a lot of
Time
great
to Hoover the
compressors
living
out there,
room.
but that is it's like vacuum Hoover, This is what it is. There's no, you know what I mean?
Inline skates, rollerblades. I'm sorry, I can't help it. We're gonna keep going.
Rollerblades.
Number 2, This is a good one. The Boss BD2 Blues Driver. I mean, that makes sense, right? Because it's like what we said. It's just the staple. Like, you just, everyone, there's always going to be someone who needs a Blues Driver.
It works, you know? And that's the great thing about a lot of Boss pedals. Like that TU3, it works.
Well, that's the thing, right? So I will often keep, even if I don't have it on the board at the moment, I will throw my Blues Driver into my pedal board bag so that if anything dies in my pedal chain, I can just be like, bam, and I know it's going to work no matter what.
Secretly.
Like, you can't take.
He takes his pedal board and to the side of it, he's got that thing
underneath. They're always on.
It's just that.
Blues Drivers.
None of the pedals, it's just all for show.
Doesn't matter.
It's just a Blues Driver.
All for show.
All for
Modulation and everything.
He's doing it with the fingers.
How's he doing it? How's he doing that thing? Weird. Number 3 is the Line 6 HX Stomp. Again, at this point, it's funny that a pedal like that has become like old faithful, but it is for a lot of people. You know,
I know.
What I mean? For the modeling and I think for just the effects.
I think for a good reason. It's a cool pedal to have if you want to be able to swap things out on your board without having to rip pedals off your board.
And still have your amp sounds and still it's got great delays and reverbs and all that kind of junk.
That's right.
And I mean, you know, we used to talk about how much those digital like fuzzes and stuff sucked.
Yeah.
I feel like they're getting better. I'm not saying they're like amazing yet. I'm just saying they're getting passable.
Okay. You're telling me running it through old school waxy capacitors that are bound to melt and distort and make bad things happen to your pedal board.
I mean, that's what you want. That's the creative process.
It's failing.
Perfect. Do it now. Number 4 is the Boss TU3 Chromatic Tuner. Enough said.
Oh my God.
Number 5. Lots of Boss on here. Number 5. Boss is 3 of the top 5 spots.
Which is dope.
Because number 5 is the Boss GE7 Equalizer. Sean preaches the love of the
sir.
GE7 EQ.
You get something like that, you turn into a man. Now I'm on my way. I'm not saying that I'm there yet, but I'm on my way.
There you go. I'm just gonna run through the rest quickly. Number 6 is the Digitech Drop, which I feel like drop tuning has become such a thing. That's a much easier way to do it.
Yep. A lot of people using that for pedal steel bends. Not that you need to. Jonathan doesn't have one of those pedals, and he does them all the time. Maybe just get better.
To varying success, varying degrees of success.
Very good success.
Most of the time.
You're about to get that same shameless plug here in a second.
Shameless plug.
I'm going to throw it out. I'm going to
get
drop the bomb.
Oh, my God.
Go for it. What's next?
Luckily, most people have tuned out by now. Number 7, the DS1.
Distortion.
The carbon copy is number 8. Mm-hmm. Number 9 is the Tonix one.
The OG.
So it made no, this is still the little one. So it not only did it make the top of newly released pedals, it is in the top 10 of all the pedals.
Is that the first? That's the first pedal
modeler thing we've seen.
We had the Line 6 thing, but that is the first one from the newly released list that is appeared.
Oh yeah. No, that's true. That's true.
Which is pretty damn cool.
I'm kind of surprised, man, that we didn't, and maybe they don't have it in this same category, but the little Nano Cortex thing, I'm kind of surprised we didn't see that, but whatever.
Sign of the times.
Number 10, another good old standby, the Proco Rat 2.
That's right.
Then it just goes down, Stman Iridium, the Big Sky, SD1 Super Overdrive, Hologram Electronics Chroma Console made number 14 overall. So that's pretty darn good. The Tube Screamer is way down. The TS9 is way down at number 15.
The people are over it, Jonathan. Nobody wants that tone anymore.
The Universal Audio Dream 65. Reverb. Number 17.
It's got reverb in it.
It's got reverb. The Hologram Electronics Microcosm. There you go.
Dope.
The Greer Lightspeed. That thing has, I think, become a classic. I just got one because we started carrying them in the shop. And, man, it's really good.
It's funny that that pedal is reaching that level of success, especially in the light of like the no balls, as they call it in Nashville, being, I feel like, just as widely influential as a Tube Screamer is. But that pedal is doing really great.
It's been around it's been on my radar for a long, long time.
Yeah. They're pretty damn good, right? You've been playing one recently.
It does a thing that's pretty amazing. It's a little addictive. Like once you turn it on, there are times when you're like, crap, is it on or is it off? But I hate when people say this, but I'm going to say it adds this little like extra
Yes.
sparkle. Because, you know, you just set everything at noon. You don't really add like a lot of gain to it.
Oh, yeah.
But it is kind of magical.
Well, as good as that sounds, what was really great is the slide tone that you had on the recent trailer for the Norm's Rare Guitar documentary,
Speaking
which
of the Tonex,
Jonathan Robinson played on.
Oh,
if
my
you hear
goodness.
the slide lick, he won't tell anybody this.
40 seconds in.
But that's why he's got me here to let people know. Go check it out. It's pretty dope. You'll hear it. It's sick tone. Way to go.
Thank you.
One of many stepping stones upon the trek to Valhalla. That's what I keep telling him every time.
So what are you going to do? But no, that was Mr. John Juan Rocks is playing. That's his song Pall Mall Blues. I don't know how he got it on the soundtrack, and I sure did not think it would be in the trailer.
It's pretty cool.
But there it is. If I know it's on the full version on Norm's page.
I know somebody famous, and you guys just have to watch
Mark Ignisi. Uncle Mark.
Uncle Mark
Uncle
smoking
Mark.
a fat cigar. He's like, damn, that is good slide tone.
He's watching this.
I hope so too. If he watches it, if you see this,
Mark is a cool dude, man.
hit Johnny up and be like, I am smoking a fat cigar. Listen to that slide
right
tone.
now. You're right. You guys were absolutely right.
He said the words, not so much, but the slide tone. I'm kidding.
Whatever. Time to wrap it up, boys.
Wrap it
19
up.
is the Plumes.
Typical.
I figured it would be higher, but you know, whatever. And then the Keeley Halo Dual Echo Andy Timmons. So the Andy Timmons Halo Dual Echo thing.
I don't know who this Andy Timmons guy is.
AT.
Great. All right.
AT.
He better figure it out. All right. Corey Wong's the only man allowed to come out with multiple pedals in 1 year.
Wow. Ouch.
God, I hope I don't have to meet Andy Timmons and I'll be like, that was a real cute,
I saw
cute
that video.
comment you made.
I saw that video.
Real cute. I'll be like, shit.
It's gonna be like all those times when MC Hammer shows up at all those different rappers' studios because they said stuff about him, and it's like, shit's getting real now, right? Apparently, I went down this rabbit hole. I don't know if you ever have. Apparently,
No.
MC Hammer was a scary dude.
Dude, hell yeah.
I'm serious.
Find out what he's keeping in those Hammer pants.
Go look it up.
That's awesome.
And always respect the Hammer.
That's sick, dude.
With that, hope you guys are having happy holidays. Thanks for hanging out with us. Let us know what should have been on this list that is like maybe a sleeper that people aren't buying that they should be buying.
What shocked you? Or what didn't shock you?
What are you like? I hate that pedal.
Yeah, what? The Big Sky.
You know, I mean, the new one was weird. But, you know, what are you gonna do?
Thank God they got. Oh man.
Thank goodness.
It just has that shimmer.
It's just got the shimmer.
It's got the shimmer.
So there you go.
But will it worship? We'll see you next time.
Thank you guys. Hit like and subscribe.
Hit the bell.
See you later.